Hey everyone, welcome to another live on the RDI channel. I am Pamela and I am here again to talk about quality and today more specifically about automation. Today we will talk about OpenTest tool. But before starting, please verify if you already subscribed here. If not, click on the red button below and be a new subscriber. You will receive a lot of cool contents about technology, okay? So let's go. Let's talk about OpenTest. Today we will talk. We have a new agenda. Just a minute. Yeah, here. So we will talk about six topics. The first one is related to what is automation, what is OpenTest, how to install this tool. We will verify the structure of folders and the structure of scripts as well. We will create a new script and in the last we will execute this script and collect the results on the server. Okay, so moving to the next slide. So what is the automation? Let me verify if my audio is okay. Just a moment. Yeah, okay. So what is automation? Automation is an important part inside the uh, software development because in this gate we can verify if each scenario implemented or already delivered previously is working properly. And we don't need to expend much time executing manual tests because we know that using automation we can set many configurations and many requirements to execute a lot of type of scenarios. Okay, in this case the automation gives us many benefits in this gauge in this way. Okay, using the automation, we can validate much more uh, than the scenario. For example, we can validate some parts of screen. For example, if we are talking about Amazon website, okay, we can verify if the logo is okay, if the tabs is displaying in the right sequence. We can verify if the font and size is displaying properly and many other things. Okay, and also we can talk about automation of API, for example. Sorry, we can use the OpenTest to do this type of validation, to do this type of cycle. But today we will talk about website automation. Okay, so moving to talk about what is OpenTest. Okay, OpenTest is a free and open source functional test automation framework for website applications, mobile apps, and APIs. Built for scalability and extensibility, with focus on the maintenance and mainstream test automation practices. What it means? We can validate many parts of one software or website or app application using just one tool and verify many metrics using some features that is available in this framework. Okay. The open test is a feature hit tool that requires a little to coding skills and it can handle virtually any type of functional tests automation project. In this case, we are talking about the level of knowledge to use the open test. And it is right. It is not difficult to create a new script of OpenTest with OpenTest. And we just need to have a knowledge, for example, in the Selenium. in Selenium language, for example, because is very important to know what is the proposal of each function that we are setting in our script. Okay, so moving to the next, I will show now the OpenTest website. Okay, so here we can find some contents about the usage and the build scripts. Okay, and also we have some tutorial videos available on this site. Okay, so accessing here, for example, talking about websites automation, clicking here in Selenium keywords in the reference tab, we can find some interesting contents. Okay, in the end, just to move it to the end here, we have a lot of short contents about each topics that we will talk here. Okay, it's very interesting to watch later. Okay, so in in the end of the session, we will verify how to apply some keywords, some functions displayed here in one new script. Okay, but basically here we can verify how to validate many informations, if it is available or not, if it is clickable or not, if the text is displaying the right message or not as well, and also how to execute a click, how to open and close a window. Here we can verify the setup that we need to do to configure the size of the window that we need to start to execute some validations. Okay, and also we can put here, for example, if I am talking about Amazon again, Amazon website. And I would like to verify if one item have the right description. Okay, we can put, for example, read element text, and here we can put as a baseline, for example, this book talking about Marvel history, for example. In this case, I can put this message as baseline, and after that, when we execute this script, the OpenTest will open the window, click in this item, and verify if this text is the same that we put on the script. It's an interesting type of validation. Also, we can insert some informations using the send keys, and here we will use this function in our script that we will create today. And also we have many actions that we can use in our script. Okay, I will access some functions and some asserts in the next time of the next part of this presentation. Okay, so go back to presentation. Let me move to the next one to talk about the structure. Okay, the open test can be run using many type of browsers or drivers. Okay, today we will use the Chrome driver and Chromium to execute our scope, but we can use the Explorer, Opera, Mozilla, and others. Okay, and talking about web applications, we use Selenium as a base to create a script. When we talk about mobile applications, we use as base Appium server and Appium structure to create these scripts. And when we talk about API, we use the Apache as a base to create this type of script. The Apache structure is similar of the contents that we present in the last live that we have in this channel. Okay, the live about JMeter 2. So, talking about the actor is the part of OpenTest structure that distributes the actions and start the browser, start the actions, and do the assertion task. Okay. So the OpenTest also have the UI that we call it server, OpenTest server, and also we have the OpenTest repository that is the place where we storage some scripts, templates, or macros. Okay. So the templates is a file that we can group some test cases. In this case, some scripts. For example, uh, to optimize my execution, my automation execution, I can create a template and allocate, for example, 10 test scripts related to the same application, and using the same session to start this thread. Okay. So moving to the next point, how to install, how I do it. Okay. So we have two requirements, okay? Um, Using the same requirements that we use it to JMeter, for example, using the OpenTest, we also need to have Node.js 8 or higher, okay? And, and Java runtime 8 or higher. And having these two requirements, we can start the OpenTest actor and OpenTest server. Okay. So, talking about structure of these scripts, let me get one example here. So, inside the OpenTest folder, we have three important folder as well. The first one is related to the actor, okay, and here is the file, for example, that will distribute the actions to execute this script, okay. The second one is the server, that is the place where we schedule the execution and verify the results. And inside the test repo, we have other four folders. And here we have the folder that we storage the macros. That is the files that we can create, for example, a scenarios that we execute many times. Okay, for example, if we are talking about a scenario that we are selecting the same item to include on the cart. Okay, talking about the Amazon website again. If in every scenario we select the same book to include the cart, and after that we will validate different forms, payment types. Okay, different payment types. In this case, we can create a macro to select the same item and put on the cart. And on the main script, for example, in the script that we allocate inside the test folder, we just call to this macro, we reference this name, and every time that this script run, don't need put the same bug on the cart, because this action will be stored in the macro folder, in the macro scripts. Okay. I know that is a little complex to understand, don't displaying an example, but we will see in the next part of this presentation. So the templates is the file that we can group many test cases, and inside the test folder we can separate the test cases by type. Okay, in this case we separated by API, mobile, and web. Okay, so let me move to the next. Just a moment. I need to close. Yeah. So the next part is how to create an script. Okay. Let me open my files here. Just a moment. So before do it, I will show how to start the actor and how to start the server. Okay. Just a moment. I needed to close this one. Oh, I'm verifying some messages on the chat on the YouTube. Hey Carla, hey Daniel, hey André, hey Paola, hey Adriel, hey Rita, hey Adriane, hey Arthur, hey Rakesh, hey Clayton. Clayton has a question. Hi, for Chromium, is there a version recommended? Asking because I listened that from QEs that are specific versions that causes issues. Yeah, in this case we needed to use the same version of Chrome driver and Chromium. If we use different versions between these files can generate some issues. Okay, today I will use an old version 7.9. Okay, but I believe that newers is working properly. Okay, if not, you can download the 7.9 version that is working fine here. Okay, so let's start. Let's show how to start the server and macros. Sorry, server and actors. So to start the server, we needed to open the server folder, open the CMD window, and insert OpenTest space server. Enter, and when displayed this path is how can I say, when display this path we can verify that the server is able to be opened. Okay, so we copy this information, paste here, and verify the informations. In this case, when inside the test actors field don't have any actors available, it means that it seems, sorry, that the actor is not opened or is not enabled. In this case, we need to verify if we already started the actors. Okay, if not, we open the actor folder, sorry, and using the same approach that we use to start the server, but change one specific word. Okay, OpenTest space actor. Okay, yeah, here we already have the PIG information, and inside this window display that actor is waiting for a new execution. Okay, so and when we go back to OpenTest server, the actor is displaying here. Okay, okay. So moving to the next, we now have more questions on the chat. So moving to the script, okay. So when we download the OpenTest in the first time, some scripts is available to be executed, okay. In this case, when we open the web folder, for example, we already have uh, this one, verify GitHub repos, and this one, find the React repo on GitHubs. Okay. After install the Node.js, the Java, and start the server and actors, we need to apply two changes. Okay, in the server file. Let me let me show here. Inside the server.yaml, uh, we needed to confirm the test repo directory. Okay. In this case, when we use this icon, for example, this special character, we needed to put 2 times to OpenTest server identify that it's a division of a repository. Okay. So, but also we can use this type of bar. Okay. But I will maintain with this way. And another change is inside the actors. Okay, I will open the actor.yaml, and here we needed to pay attention in those in these parameters. Okay, the first one is the Chrome driver path. Okay, and the second one is related to binary. Okay, that is where we install the Chromium. Okay, so confirm this information before to start the server and start the actor as well. An important thing, if for example you already open it or already start the actor and server, and after that you change anything here, you need to restart these services. Okay, in this case you will need to close the windows and do the start process again. Okay. um, Okay, so moving to how to create a new script. So before to do it, we can do a fast fail test using the server. Okay, so to create a new session, you click here, create new session. I didn't create a template before this presentation, and in this case I will do the first step of the schedule. Okay, that is executing each scripts without a template to a group. Okay, so click here and select a file that is already existed in your folder. That is according to I already said it. When we install the OpenTest, two scripts is already available in your folder. Okay, talking about web application. I will execute this one. Okay, I confirm the name is the same, and I put a label. For example, demo quality. version 1. Okay, and after that I click in the create session. The status display as pending, okay, because the OpenTest is starting the browser. Okay, open the Chromium window. Okay, is running again. Okay, and the result display as passed. Okay, so but Pamela, I would like to verify the details about this execution. Yeah, you can. Click here in the label, and here we can verify what was the step. It's just one navigate to. Okay, we will know what is it in the sequence. And the open test executes 2 times. Okay, the same test case to verify if the automation is working properly. Okay, and also we can verify here the logs information. Okay, in this field we can verify the details of this session. Okay, session ID, session label, when the execution started, when the execution was completed, and also here we don't have one specific actor tag or environment. Okay, but if we have this type of information, this information is displayed here. Okay, the status and the results. Okay, so go to home screen. Okay, so moving to the next script that we will create. Okay, so I prepared this script to optimize our time today, but I will explain each part. Okay, so the first line we have the description. Okay, using the pipe we can include summary about this type of validation or of about the scenario that we are validating. Okay, this was the full information that was created by the open test, but we can remove if you want. Okay, after that we reference the actors actions. Okay, and here we can put actors in plural, and in the line below we need to put which actor we will use. Okay, important thing here is that OpenTest is very um, sensitive, have sensitive things to um, put in your encode. Okay, because for example, if I remove one space here, the server probably will reload and verify that this type of encode is incorrect. Okay, always I include the 2 spaces to do the right format of this file. Okay, so we need to put the same name that is displaying in your folder. Okay, if we go back to the folder and go to the actor folder, for example, here we have the name of this folder is actor1, and have one sorry and have one actor YAML file inside there. Okay, in this case we use this name to include in your script. Okay, it's not case sensitive. Okay, we can put the name here. Below we put the segments attribute, and below we put again the segment in the singular. Okay, we would like to run one time this scope. Below we put the actions, and below we can insert many actions that we want. Okay, in this case we need to start, for example, talking about website validation. We need to start, open the browser and open the site. Okay, in this case, we use this action called org.getOpenTest.selenium.navigate to. Okay, in this case, is the same type of actions that we can use, for example, in Selenium IDE. Okay, IDE. Sorry. Um, Below we put args, and below we include what argument we are calling. Okay, in this case it is a URL, and we put the site path. Okay, below, for example, here we are validating a scenario that we will open the Google, search to Selenium, for example, click on the enter or click on the search button, and below validate if the results quantity or results status is displaying properly. Okay, in this case the first step is open the site, and the second one is to insert the word that we would like to search. Okay, in this case we need to open the Google site. Okay, and we need to find the element ID or element name or the class related to this element to insert this validation. Okay, or insert this information. In this case, where we need to insert the information is in this field. Okay, and in our test we will use the name attribute. Okay, and this field called Q. Okay, so in this case we go back to our script to put the description Selenium, the action is .selenium.send keys, and we needed to put two arguments. Okay, the first one is the locator, where we would like to insert the information, and in this case we are using the attributed column name and our attributed called Q. Okay, and the second information that we needed to put here to um, write here is what is the text or what is the word that I would like to search. In our case, Selenium. Okay, so below we are clicking, we need to click in the search button, or we can press enter button. Okay, the first time, in this first time, we will execute this type of action using the click on the search button. Okay, in this case we use the action called click. Okay, .selenium.click, and we need to put the locator information. Again, we will use the name information, the name attribute. In this case, we go back to Google, and we need to search this information. The name of this button is btnk. Okay, we will copy this information here, and we will paste here. Okay, so we know that to search anything we need a delay to Google process this request and give us some informations. Okay, in this case I include a delay of 5 seconds or 5,000 milliseconds, okay? And to include the delay, we need to put this special character dollar plus delay, okay? And the action of this inside the OpenTest structure is script, okay? Uh, and the last step that I included here is one assert, okay? Because I would like to know if the Google already give us the results, the quantity of results to us, okay? If already processed this request, okay? In this case, because for example, if we don't have network connection, this message will not display, okay? And in this case, what I am validating here, okay? For example, Selenium, I am validating this message, okay? To validate this message, I need to know what is the ID, okay? And the ID of this message is result stats. In this case, I copy this information and I paste here in my assert, okay? This assert is just to validate if this message is available or not, okay? And to call this type of validation, we put selenium.assert element visible, okay? And to include what we would like to validate, we need to include locators plus what is the ID, okay? So after that, we need to save our file, okay? And we are ready to execute this automation on the OpenTest server, okay? So in this case, we click in session, we click on create test session, we select our script, we put a new label, for example, validating Google. And after that, we click on the session. We need to wait in some seconds to open the browser. Okay. And the script will process this information before to publish here, okay? Okay, it's finishing here. Okay, now it's displaying as passed and we can verify the details here, okay? The both executions were passed, okay? So in this case, we can, for example, Pamela, how the log display if something display wrong, okay? So we can change, for example, the assert, okay? I will remove the S, save, and I will request this execution again, okay? We have two ways to do this execution again. We can schedule a new session using the same way that we did previous, or we can click here in these three dots and click in replay, okay? And a new execution was scheduled and put one number plus in the label, okay? So the execution is running. Okay. When we have something wrong, the execution need more time to process the results and the log informations. Okay. Okay, it's finishing the test validation. Yeah. Now it's displaying as failed. And here when we click on the results, we have an image to display to us what is wrong. Okay, but for example, when this type of error occurs, we know that the right message is displaying, but it is a evidence that the XPath or ID was changed in the HTML structure. And in this case, we needed to update our script with the new information. Okay, um, so let me open my script again, put the right information here. Okay, and now I would like to change this type of step, because now I would like to put here a key information. Okay, for example, let me go back to OpenTest tools, send keys. Okay, and now I would like, for example, to press enter to simulate that I am pressing the enter button. Okay, in this case, we have two options. Okay, we can put here, let me verify. We can put here open test send keys. In locators, I put enter. Okay. It's the first time that I am changing this type of action. We will learn together. And now I put true. Okay. Instructor to action should send enter after typing the text. Yeah. And I will put here as true. We don't have an example on the I believe that I need to put, oops. Let's verify if it works. I will create a new session, change, enter button. Now I am following the explanation that is available on the library of OpenTest site. Okay, Clayton, is that all the things related to the actions, related to the assertions, anything related to Selenium functions is available on the OpenTest site. Okay. Yeah, failed because probably I am put this information wrong. Okay. Yeah, is in this step that is wrong. So let me try to put other thing. Okay, we can press enter, include the key. But in this case, I will put inside this. Let's try to verify if it's working or not. Yeah, I believe that it's right. Or not, or I am doing something wrong here. Let's execute again. Thank you guys. We achieved 50 people at the same time. Thanks a lot. So yeah, both executions failed because probably this type, for example, this explanation is good, but we need to include this type of request uh, below of the same request that we are doing here. Okay, I like to divide each steps. Okay, it's my convention. For example, I like to follow this process to separate each steps. Okay, because here if using one action we request many things here, is more difficult to find uh, which part failed. Okay, because in the open test, for example, let me show. In the open test here, we just we just know that failed in this step. Okay, but we don't get know uh, which part of this step failed. Okay, in this case I go back to click here. Okay, I don't remember. Click control Z. I will do it because I forget what locator. Yeah, I forget this name. So in this case, I prefer to divide using this convention. Okay, but it is a decision that the QA need to do when they are creating the script. Okay, and is according to the default process that the company or project decided. Okay, in this case, just to confirm that the script is working properly, I will execute one more time. Okay. Um, and feel free, guys, if you have some questions, please send in the chat and I will try to answer in the next 10 minutes. Okay. Yep. We will execute one more time. And now we have passed the results again. Okay. For example, if I would like to remove this failed here, we can click here in these three dots and click on the delete. Okay. And we also can edit or schedule or session. Okay. And include more scripts, more test scripts. Okay. For example, now I will execute two test cases at the same time. Okay. We will execute one more time. And again, oh, we will execute another test. Yeah. The OpenTest execute the tests in the sequence because we just have one actor. For example, if we have two actors here, we can reference here in the first script the actor one, and in the second script we can reference the actor two, for example. And in one execution we can execute both scripts in parallel. Okay. Okay. In this case it failed because in this one the script don't type Selenium. Okay. And the image was not available. It's it can happen, okay, but it's not usual. And in this case, what we recommend? We recommend to run again, okay. So I believe is that, guys. Thanks a lot to join us today. I hope to help anyone with these tips. And in the next month we will have another session about quality software quality, sorry. And if you have some doubts about OpenTest or how to apply any actions or any functions about Selenium, please comment here below and we will try to answer everyone. Okay. Thanks a lot. Have a nice day.